Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to class. I'm so excited that you're here today for day 5. Today's going to be a double dose day. Yes. So we're going to be having this session, the Fearless Founder Shift class, as our day 5, official day 5. And then we're going to have like a private meet and greet session where members of the community will be able to, well, of this cohort, not community, will be able to meet one another, just create some relationships and all of that, okay? I want to hope that's something that you will find interesting, okay, as we wrap up. And then, of course, on Sunday, 3 p.m. CST, we'll be having our graduation ceremony. Yes. So we would be celebrating you. Not really graduation, it's more like matriculation into the Wealthy by Design community, actually. So now you are welcome to our community. So, well, let's see. Where's the script? Okay, there you go. Um, yes. Okay, so I want to welcome you to day 5 of the Wealthy by Design Bootcamp. I trust you can see my screen. Yes, you can. Fantastic. So we're going to have a quick recap for day 4. Day 4 was really meaty. I know I got feedback from a couple of you talking about the funnel being the missing piece that they've been missing, that they've been struggling with, all this while. It's been that very strong foundation that they've ignored working on. And so now it's staring at them in the face and they know they must get it, right? They must have it. So that's basically it. I want us to look through the steps, and you must put yourself in your ideal client's situation, right? You must put yourself in their situation for you to be able to come up with your framework. So that's on the side. So it was with that we moved into the high ticket sales system, where we now considered how do you sell to that ideal customer you have identified, right? We looked at your freebie. Okay, um what needs to be your freebie in order for you to attract high ticket clients. We looked at the several types of funnels, right? From freebie to qualifier form to sales conversation. But we all agreed yesterday that for you to sell high ticket, you must be willing to have conversations. Now, it's not all the time you will have the conversation, but most times you will have the conversation. So be ready, be okay with having the sales conversation when the need arises. That's really the whole idea here. You don't want to be afraid of having conversations to the level that you just run away from it and you don't even create a system for it. And the goal is for you to eventually have a team of people that would help you that will help you hold your sales call, because you'll be too busy serving your clients, or you should be too busy serving your clients, that you may not really have the time to hold sales calls again. But at first, I would say if you're yet to do, let me say this carefully. Okay, let me say this very carefully. Given my target audience, hmm, I had a number in my head, but I'm like, maybe I was overstretching it. But if you're not doing 50K per month, right, there's no reason why you should not be holding your own sales calls, at least for now. Yeah. Unless maybe for health purposes, right? Because it's a game of numbers, right? And I geek out on numbers like this every single time. So I consider this. And let me tell you. So if for you to make 50K per month, for example, And let's say you are able to serve um 20 20 clients per, let's say 20 clients per month, and each client is paying you an average of $2,000, right? $2,000. That means you need 25 clients in a month, actually. 25 clients in a month of 2K average, right? One-on-one coaching and all of that. 25 clients in a month means that you are working about 25 hours in a week, which is still way less than 40-hour week. You agree with me, right? And by the time you're making 50K in a month or even 10K in a month, you should be doing coaching full time at that level. You should not have a job again that is still holding you back and taking 40 hours of your life when you could be giving more of that to coaching, right? Or to your consulting services. So 25 clients in a month, that's, say, give or take um 30 hours in a week. So you still have 10 hours of your time. That is working 40 hours a week on the average, even though, of course, you should be able to work way more than that. But let's say average 40 hours a week. You still have 10 hours for you to hold sales calls. That's it. So let's say you're even serving clients with 30 hours of your time. You still have 10 hours to be holding sales calls. And if you're holding sales calls with 10 hours, with an average of 45 minutes to 1 hour per prospect, that is still 10 leads you are speaking to every week. That still comes to what? 40 leads every month. Out of your 40 leads in a month, I don't see any good reason why you cannot close 20 of them to be your clients. So again, 20 of these clients times the 2K per month you are charging them, that gives you 400, that gives you 40K. You see? So I would say, so let me run the numbers like quite carefully. I would say if you're not doing 40 to 50K in a month, I'm not sure what your reason could be to not hold sales calls yourself. So all I'm saying here is you want to befriend sales calls. You want to be very comfortable with holding sales calls. You want to normalize holding sales calls. It is part of your life, part of your business. And you're a coach. You love to talk, don't you? I know we do. We love to share, to teach. What nobody's even asking you, you will teach them. When your child makes a tiny mistake, it is an opportunity to coach them. You coach your husband, you coach your parents, in fact, you coach your younger ones. So hold sales conversations to get people to buy from you eventually. All right. So that's like a quick recap of what we did yesterday. So I want to go ahead and I'm not sure I want to even share my screen right now. Maybe I should just go on and teach from the content, but I will do that right after now. So let me see. Right. Once we, okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay, so that's a recap. So today is about the fearless founder shift. This is the shift you need to make in order to step into all we have taught you so far, because I can give you the strategies. If you don't think you can do it, you will never do it. This is literally the differentiator between our clients who go ahead and build six-figure businesses and the ones who struggle to, right? And it's because they just keep hiding behind their limiting beliefs, right? So I want to welcome you back to the class. I mean, can you believe it's day 5 already? I mean, and you've been showing up, you've been learning, you've been doing the work, and I am so proud of you. Now, I want to take a moment to celebrate you, really celebrate you. I really want to celebrate you for the time you have put into this. I know doing a class like this is never convenient. All right. Every day you've showed up, you've engaged, you're doing the work, at least at your end. Okay. So let's start with some energy in the chat. All right. Just type, I'm ready for my fearless shift. I'm ready for my fearless shift. Put it in the chat. I'm ready for my fearless shift. If you're ready to break through today. Okay. Now, take a deep breath with me. All right. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. All right. Because today we are not just talking strategy, we are talking transformation. We are going deep, doing some deep dives, right? And by the end of the class today, you will review your hidden beliefs and uncover some that has held you back from, held you back the most in your wealth or business journey. Then you will reflect on how emotional patterns have shown up in your business decisions and money habits. Then you'll be able to craft your declaration statement. Okay, we're going to look at what? Your declaration statement. All right, fantastic. So I recommend, as usual, that you still your mind as you learn. Okay, still your mind as you learn and learn to understand and implement, not just to teach others. And then think to yourself, how can this apply to me? How can this apply to me? And take notes. Okay, take notes of one or two action points. What do you want to do? Right? What do you want to do immediately after this session? That's important for us to know. So declare with me that my ears are open and my heart will understand what I need to grow in this class. My ears are open and my heart will understand what I need to grow in this class. Fantastic. So now class is in session. Right. So the theme for today is it's not the strategy that stops you, it's the story you are telling yourself. Today is not about learning more strategy, it's about becoming the woman who can actually execute the little that you have learned. Okay? You can have all the strategies in the world, but if your inner story says, I'm not ready, your inner story says, I'm not enough, or people like me don't make that kind of money, your result will always reflect your belief. Now, I'm going to tell you something very interesting. Maybe saying, oh, Temi, I don't have a limiting belief. I promise you, your result is a direct proportion of your beliefs. Your result is a direct proportion of your belief. If you think you don't have a limiting belief, check your results. If there was no limiting belief, you will be thriving in that area of life. Whatever area of life you are struggling with, it's as a result of your limiting belief. Because your belief shows what you take action on. It helps you decide what to pay attention to. Your beliefs help you to make decisions, to make investments, right? Your beliefs tell you the extent you are willing to go to achieve some results. And if you don't believe you deserve something or that you can have something, you will always hold yourself back. So you see others have it, you admire it, and you think, oh, I want that. But by the time we check your actions are not aligning with what you desire. So a very personal example would be me. For as long as I can remember, when I see a beautiful home, I admire it. Like I see the furnishings, I love, like, wow, look at the gray chair with the gold this and gold that. I would always admire it. But tell me to buy any of those. Tell me to, put those in my house. Somewhere at the back of my mind, I had limiting beliefs around furnishing my house beautifully. What was the limiting belief? Oh, it's too expensive. Limiting belief. Oh, it's for people who don't have serious investments. I mean, they don't have needs. Oh, it's it's unnecessary. What's the all about it? I'm telling you, I just had limiting that around it. And so when you see me and you see what kind of house is this woman living in, you see a disconnect. You see a disconnect, and it's strictly, solely based on my limiting belief. It's strictly based on my limiting belief. It's not about anything else. So it shows where I spend my money on. So if I believe that shoes make me beautiful, guess what happens? I buy more shoes. If I think, oh, wearing my glasses makes me stand out, it's a belief. I buy more glasses so I look prettier, or so I think. If I don't believe that having handbags is a big deal, guess what? I don't buy handbags. I don't, right? I don't. So it's really a very simple case of you acting in line with your beliefs. Because if you believe you deserve it, you would begin to work along that line of your belief. If you believe it is possible for you, you begin to act, because action is how we determine what you believe in. So let's say I believe that this Zoom will work. What do? I just come on my laptop, put on the Zoom, and it goes on. If I did not think it would work, maybe for some reasons I don't have internet in my house, do you think I will come and be going live on Zoom? I know it will not work. So I will not do, I won't try it. That's it. It's really that simple. So if you want to be sure of your actions, if you want to be sure of what you believe in, check your actions. It's that simple. Check your actions. Really, it is that simple. All right. If you want to test what you believe, check your actions. Simple as that. So let's look at some beliefs that may be holding you back. I'm going to be highlighting these beliefs, okay? And then it will begin to, you can see the ones that you may be able to relate to, okay? And with this, you'll be able to rewrite the story, because we must step into our fearless founder shift. And it's an inner transformation that separates the women who dream from women who design their wealth intentionally. Okay? So let's change that story today. Shall we? Good. So the first mind shift that a lot of experts, a lot of coaches that they battle with, I call this the silent saboteur. It's a silent one. You're not sure you have it because it sometimes goes against how you were raised. Yes, you were raised to work hard. Your parents tell you, study hard, work hard, blah, 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 right? And so sometimes you think that you have to work harder to earn more. Because if your current hard work is not giving you what you want, and your parents have told you to be anything in life, you must work hard. Iṣẹ́ lògùn iṣẹ́. That is, hard work is the medicine against poverty. And then you see yourself working hard, yet you don't have that level of wealth or income that you desire. So you think you must work hard. This is a strong belief that keeps you in the cycle of hustle and burnout. instead of flow and strategy. It is just so unfortunate. So that first belief is what? The belief that you must work harder in order to earn more money. The good news is you don't. Oh, I promise you. And I'm not saying this as a form of aspire to perspire, like just to encourage you and to make you feel good and everything, right? They say, I mean, you you have to embody this. You have to embody this. You have to understand that even if you don't understand it, you choose to believe it, that working harder is not your current fix. It's not what will fix you. It's not you waking up earlier, sleeping later that will help you. I promise you. Take it from me. I've had cases where that I would see myself stretched, unable to rest, unable to play, unable to enjoy little things of life, yet so broke, super broke. And I'm like, what's going on? So stress level high, time zero. So what's the problem? So, and I've seen times where I would literally be sleeping in every day, watching a movie every day. Like, watch a movie is on my to-do list every day. I'll see myself thriving. This just convinces me over and over that no, it's not with our hard work. It's not. So that's the first limiting belief you must battle and you must overcome. It is that you don't have to work harder to earn more. The limiting belief is I have to work harder to earn more. The second limiting belief that I see most brilliant women struggle with is I need another certification before I can charge more. They tie their pricing. They tie their pricing to the certification they believe they have. That if I want to charge 10K, I need to have a doctorate. I need to have a what now? I need to have an extra degree here. I need to have gone for this conference. I need to have this extra certification, this extra title on my name for me to be able to charge more. It's interesting. It's very interesting, but it's a lie. That is imposter syndrome wearing a cute disguise. Why? You already have enough to serve people powerfully. You do. So an extra degree will not solve the problem. There's a client I had, Abimbola Sri Lanka. She joined my boot camp about 4 years, 5 years ago or so. 2021, 2020, I believe. Yeah. And then she was going for a certification that was going to cost her $6,000. Then I said, join my boot camp. And from my boot camp, she joined my coaching program for, I think it was going for $600 or so then. When she was done with the program, she said, tell me you saved me $6,000. I'm like, really? Wow. She said, yes. I was going to get this stuff I thought I needed from the certification. Lo and behold, here you've given it to me. I'm like, okay, you're welcome. Right? So it's not another certification you need. No, it's not. Number three, limiting that may be holding you back is like people like me don't make that kind of money. When you think of millions of dollars, do you have this, you know, in this unusual or this weird feeling. It's not concrete, right? It's not concrete that indeed you have it, but somehow you find yourself excusing yourself out of some levels of success because you just feel like people who bear your kind of name don't own that kind of money, or that people who look like you don't have that kind of money. So you say, people like me, whatever me you call yourself, it could be your age, it could be your gender, it could be your tribe, it could be your color, it could be your height, it could be your degree, whatever it is you think you currently are, whatever box you may put yourself in right now, you may think that people like you don't usually achieve that kind of wealth. I need you to stop excusing yourself like that. You need to stop excusing yourself out of such blessings, out of such, you know, levels of abundance. It needs to stop because that's an inherited limitation. Maybe from your upbringing, from your environment, or from your what now? From your exposure. Yes. So what I had to do was I had to start intentionally looking for people who look like me, people who sound like me, people who have my kind of accents, my skin color, my age, women with children living abroad. I began to look for them intentionally, and I found several of them. So whenever I find my mind going left and right about, oh, if this is where I want to be, or who I don't want to be, or this is possible for me, I just tell myself, Tammy, you can do it. Tammy, you can do it. If Tony Crandall can do it, if Kemi Rogers can do it, if I begin to mention their names because I look for people like me who can do it. That's the exact same thing you should be able to do as well. That people who are like you can make that kind of money. And if you look far enough, good enough, deeper enough, you will find them. You will, I promise you. Another limiting belief you want to work against is I don't want to seem too confident or too much, too confident or too much. This one really happens with many of us who are sanguine a bit or choleric in nature, like me. Yesterday, I was having this interesting conversation with a friend, and then he was saying, oh, when are we meeting? I'm like, I didn't know we're supposed to meet. Say, ah, come on now. I'm in town. Come and see me. I'm like, okay, I can see you so. So what is the point of our conversation? He told me the first point. I said, that sounds like something we can do online, right? I can just, we can have a Zoom meeting to handle that online. We don't have to meet physically. I mean, I must not drive to you to have that. He said, okay, we can meet on Sunday. He said, yeah, good. He said, so what else do you want to see me? He said, tell me I've missed you. I want to see you. I'm like, oh, now I get it. Of course. I understand the effects that missing Tammy can have on a human being. So I get you. Oh, poor you. I understand. And he was just laughing like, God, Tammy, can you not even pretend? I'm like, I'm awesome and I know it. Like, why should I pretend? Right? And this began like a joke at a point. But later on, I really did began to see how much I am. And this began to help my confidence level in some phenomenal way that I can't even begin to describe. Like, it became such a big deal, such a huge deal for me. I began to acknowledge, I began to recognize, and I became okay with being perceived as being too much. So, appearing to be too confident is you trying to dim your light. And that is like one of the biggest worst fears you can have, because you keep downplaying yourself. You make your decisions from the place of fear. You make decisions from the place of lack. You make decisions from the place of smallness. You don't do that. Because by playing small, you're not doing anybody any good. You're not. Tell me, between women who look tall and confident in their own right, and the women you see who look down, slouchy, and look as if the weight of the world is on their shoulders, who among these two encourage you the most and inspire you? Of course, the confident woman. The same way with you. So if you're dimming your lights because you don't want people to think you are too much, you are doing the world a disservice, because you're supposed to let your light so shine unapologetically. You're supposed to let the light so shine that men may see your good works and just give glory to your Father who is in heaven. And you also inspire people. You get to be the light that someone else needs. You get to be the hope that someone else was looking for at that moment. You get to be the one that someone can say, because I saw this person, because they were able to do this, I too can do it. Number 5 belief that may hold you back is the fear of, if I fail, everyone will see it. We call this the fear of failure. But guess what? Women who have this kind of fear, they rarely fail. They very, very rarely fail in the sense of failure. They rarely do. What they call failure is more or less not perfect. Yes. When it does not really hit the mark that they have set for themselves, the standard. So when it hits 80 over 100, to them they failed. And then they assume that people are looking at them, people are judging them, people will talk about, hello, people are too busy minding their own business. And even if they judge you, you can move from that. Even if they judge you, you can grow from that. You can move from that. That is not the end of you. That can't be the end of you. So even if you fail, Hello? Even if you fail, you are still growing. You are learning how not to do it again. So sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. You don't fail unless you have allowed yourself to stay there and not to move forward. You only fail when you refuse to get up. That's it. You only fail when you refuse to step up. Another limiting belief you may have is, I don't know enough. Where you assume that for some reason, because you teach, let me see, what do you teach now? You teach women how to make money online, for example. Therefore, you have to teach all the types of ways to make money online. No, you don't. Hell no, you don't. You only need to teach the part of making money online that you know and that you have tried. Or the fact that you're a parenting coach does not mean you have to teach how to handle teenagers, how to handle toddlers, how to do breastfeeding, how to do school runs, how to take care of this nanny. No, you can choose the singular angle, the singular part of what you know, like the back of your hand. And then you build a framework around this, and this becomes your signature content. You can say, see, I'm a business coach. If you have a brick and mortar store, I may not be able to help you. If you're trying to expand your business from one store to the third store, I may not be able to help you. But you see, if you're trying to make money from what you know online by being a coach, that one, I can guarantee you, I will help you achieve that. That is my own mojo. That's it. So the fear of you don't know enough, I promise you, it's just one of those lies. And do you know how you know this? You see yourself paying for different courses in your field. What you know already. In fact, some of you will not go to a class, you'll be wondering, what did I even learn in that class now? Why? Because you could have taught that class yourself because it's your field. It's a different thing if you're not a business coach, you're in a business class. I get it. Or you're a life coach in a business class, or you're a business coach in a life coaching class. I get it. But if it's your field, you keep buying books, you keep taking courses, paying for programs over and over in that same field. I had this client some years back. Fumi. So Fumi was supposed to build her framework and then launch her program. She said, coach, I'm not sure I know enough for I can't just call myself coach now. No, I don't have what it takes. Now let me go and get this certificate. I think she's into culinary stuff. I can't remember very clearly now, but I think she was into health. Yeah. So how to use organic food to lose weight and things like that. That was her niche. And so Fumi paused her coaching with me. And then she went on for like 3 months. Coach, I'm taking certification, taking my certification. I'm doing it. And then when she came back, I said, welcome back, Alpha. I said, coach, I didn't learn anything new. I'm like, no, like, you must have learned something new. She said, coach, I didn't learn anything new. I said, really? Trust me, you learned something new. You learned that you are good enough. You learned that you know enough. You learned that you are enough. That's what they taught you. So welcome. All right? That's one limiting belief that you want to also work against. Another one is people will not listen to me. This one is on a small spectrum of women experts that I've seen. And it's because they compare their content on social media with that of influencers who have thousands of comments in their posts. And they are saying, coach, have you seen those engagements? Who will now watch me? Who will listen to that? Or they say, oh, everyone is doing it. Who will listen to me? They will listen to you when you have something good to offer. And again, that's where your framework comes in. They will listen to you when you have something good to offer. When you have something valuable to show people, to teach people, to help people with, they will listen to you. The funniest one I see a lot, this is another limiting belief, is that people will think I'm copying someone else. Oh, goodness. People will think I'm copying someone else. Now, this one just shows me how small your circle is. It shows me how tiny your circle is, to be honest. Because really, that is you assuming that everybody who knows you knows that other person that you think you are copying as well. Or I'm thinking, oh, when people see me, they will think I'm copying Tony Robbins, or I'm copying Alex, whatever, or Monzi, or Lisa Nicole. I am assuming that everyone who knows me also knows Lisa Nicole. What's a crazy, stupid assumption to have? Am I saying that only two people know me in this world? No. No one would think you're copying someone else unless you copy their framework, unless you copy their brand name or their trademarked business names. If you just do what they do, hello, go and see lawyers copying themselves because they all learn from the same book. And one way to even knock this one out of the park, one way to do this is create your own signature framework. I remember a young woman who also happens to be a coach in Nigeria some years back. She sent me a very touching WhatsApp message. She said, the Holy Spirit had put on her heart to send me an apology message and tell me she's sorry. I'm like, she said, because she had been resenting me because she thought I was copying her, that people told her that I was copying her, that my content was so close to hers and things like that. Then I asked her that, are you aware I don't follow you on social media? She said she's not. Like, can you even see me on Instagram? She went to go and check. She said, no, she can't see me. I said, do you know why? I blocked you. I blocked you and so person, so and so person, so and so person. I blocked you guys. Why? To avoid something like this. Because I don't want to be seeing your content. You and I are friends. I come to Lagos, I see you, I bring you gifts, I'm there for you, we chat on WhatsApp, but you will not see me on Instagram for a reason. Why? We consume similar contents. We have similar mentors. We read similar books. We go to almost the same conferences. So why we would think the same way? But to avoid us saying the same thing too closely, I disassociate myself from you online. I don't want to see your content and be inspired by it. So I block you. She felt so small. She said people just tell her, have you seen the Nigeria? Their content she wrote yesterday. She wrote her own version. Like, cease. Another one too came to me and said, I was replying her on Instagram that she's the Instagram guru that I was referring to. I said, this post I did yesterday, I shot the video 3 months ago. I had to go to my photos, my gallery, and I showed her the dates I shot the 3 videos. It was the same day during my bootcamp. One was with Chokwe Jelabi, my associate coach then. One was myself, and the other one was myself as well. But because I wore the same cloth, I didn't post them all at the same time. So I posted the one Chokwe and I did on that very day that, yeah, we are done with the boot camp. Yeah, just like this. It was a Friday like this. I did that shoot. That journey for the next boot camp, so and so and so and so. That was it. I said this is the post 3 months ago. I said then last month I did the second video where I just said something random again. I said the one I posted yesterday was the third video. I said go and check my makeup, check my cloth. My jewelry was the same. So how could I do a post yesterday that was responding to the post you did 2 days ago? How? A post I did 3 months ago. How can it be? I mean, a recording I did 3 months ago. I said, trust me. And I see people who copy my content all the time. The only one time I have ever, no, twice, I have ever spoken about this was one of my students, Frances. When she was still finding her voice, she used my framework. So I was going through her funnel, just my very usual self. I go through my client's funnel. I just randomly check their Facebook posts. Then I go through the link. What I'm doing screenshots of the things I'll say, please adjust this. Please put this post down. Did it? I mean, I'm always saying stuff, and my clients know me with that. Even long after you are done working with me, I'm still on your case. I'm still seeing something that is not, I'm still talking about it. I mean, just say, come, who is your coach? And I will laugh. I say, I'm not your coach. That post, no, that's not how I taught you to write posts online. Anyway, so I went through her funnel and I saw she was giving a free guide. The free guide was like an adaptation of my free guide, and it was teaching my BYB framework. And I said, babe, this is my framework. It is trademarked to me. It is my IP. It is copyrighted. Come up with your own. Say, coach, she's struggling to their own framework. I said, then you should have put my name there, that this is a framework from my coach. Should have asked me for permission to use it. So it will be my name. You just can't take my own like that. No, it doesn't work that way. She said so that was like 5-7 years ago, long time ago, Francis. And that was it. The second time was a post I saw on social media, and the person even tagged me. And again, it was my framework they were calling theirs. And I'm like, babe, this framework I showed you in a webinar, now you are posting it as your content. And she was even explaining it. They said it was inspired by Tammy. No, I didn't inspire it. I own it. I own it. So it's a different thing if, okay, Nike says just do it. And then you now say, just do it now. That's when you were inspired by it. But if you still say, just do it, inspired by Nike, no, that's not inspiration. That is you stealing their IP, and they're going to sue your ass for it. So I said, no, that's not inspiration. That is, I own it. So go and adjust your post to say that courtesy or owned by Temi Ajibewa. Thank you very much. That's it. So you can't say people will think I'm copying them. And because of that, you don't show up in your full self. And the reason why you see more of the posts that are in your niche is because that's what you've told the algorithm you want to consume and connect with. Over 2 billion users on social media. Do you really think everybody is doing what you are doing? It's because that's the kind of content you have saved in the past. That's who you have interacted with. I promise you, if you go and look for a dog picture right now on Instagram and you like 5-6 of them, every time you open Instagram today, just scroll one, scroll two, you see dogs. You will see dogs because you have curated, you've told the algorithm that that's what you're looking for. The same way it is even with our universe too. The moment you say, I want this, that's all you begin to see. And then finally, A limiting belief you must battle and get out of your nerve. And this is, I think, the most popular I see with newbie experts who are just stepping into their brand, who are just stepping out to become known, to become seen. They sink into this belief that there are bigger experts in the industry. Why should anyone listen to me? So maybe you want to help other people monetize their expertise. And you're thinking, there's Temi Ajibewa. Why am I doing the same thing as she is? There's already this person, that person. They are bigger experts in the industry. Hello. Two things. There will always be somebody who is bigger than you in every industry. There will always be somebody who is higher, who is more experienced, who has begun this thing you are doing way beyond you or way before you. I mean, secondly, there are people who would never be able to relate to that bigger expert, but they will be able to relate with you. And they would even be willing to pay you more for it. Yes, I've had someone reach out to me from a coaching group I belong to, and they hired me, paying me what I would call like huge amounts of money. And I'm asking why. He said, because you have my time. She won't. Because I know what I've paid you, what I've paid her, but I believe I will get more value from you. You will pay more attention to me than what she would do. And based on that, they hired me. They hired me. So I want you guys to please begin to reframe your mind. And it could be that you're responding to trauma. I had a huge trauma I was battling with when it comes to money, because of an incident in my childhood. I was 7 years old when I saw my mom had so much money. She got some payments from her gratuity, like we're balling. And then less than 3 months later, we were so broke because she had gotten swindled. So I remember that before she got the money, we were maybe like 5/10 in terms of our standard of living. When she got the money, we jumped to a 10. When she lost the money, we jumped to like a 1 or a 2. We became literally homeless. We were sleeping in our neighbors. So I associated loss or fickleness to large sums of money. So I became quite limited in my thinking about large sums of money. So if I had 2 products to sell and I had the same time and energy to sell both of them, and this one will sell for $100, this one will sell for $10, and I knew I would get 10 people to buy this and I'll get 10 people to buy this, giving the same energy, the same time frame, everything. I just needed to choose which one I would sell. Guess what? I'll go for this guy. I will go and sell this stuff for $1 than this guy for $10,000. Why? I had a limiting belief around large sums of money. So it took intentional, first, it took somebody calling me out on the bullshit. Like, hey, girl, what's wrong with you? Can't you see you have more opportunities pursuing this than this? I'm like, oh, I do? Yeah, you do. Duh. And so I began to embrace. I began to live from my future in that, yes, my future self is very rich. very abundant. She's very good at what she does. She has all the expertise she needs to create a successful business. And she does deserve those millions of dollars. And so I began to put my energy together into that one thing and said, this is what we're going to be doing. This is where we're going to start living from, not out of fear. So we have to check your next level of mindset. So now I want you to, in your notebook, I want you to begin to write a money story reframe. Write down one old story that you've been carrying about money or about success, something that no longer serves you. You've held on to it for so long, but it no longer serves you. So, for example, it could be, oh, making money has to be hard. The truth is, you can create wealth with ease, with purpose, and with flow. All right? With ease, with purpose, and with flow. Yes, you can. So take a minute to write this down. I'm going to give you a minute. Just write whatever previous, limiting stories that you may have told yourself about money. Whatever fear you may have had in the past about really going all in monetizing your expertise. Today is a good day to begin to adjust, begin to confront that limiting belief. By the time I knew that I deserve to be wealthy, I deserve to invest in myself, guess what? I began to do it intentionally. So I say, okay, where is the course? I want to buy it. Where is the coach? I'm paying for it because I know that my next level deserves this. So I make my decisions based on two things. I ask myself, will my next better version be okay, be proud of this decision in the future or not? Will this decision move me closer to my goals or not? If not, I don't do it. If yes, it does, I do it. Okay, so by now you should be done with that money story, with that old story. So now I want you to do one more exercise. It is saying, I am the woman who, I am the woman who, I want you to forget to complete that sentence or that phrase. I am the woman who builds generational wealth. I am the woman who no longer plays small. I am the woman who attracts abundance with confidence. I am the woman who charges in tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars. I am the woman who people come to when they are in need of transformational results. I'm the woman who ... Yes, please do that. And I want you to also take a moment. So this would be like, your declaration statement. And I want you to begin to release some fears, some traumas. I release the fear of not being good enough. So whatever among those things I've laid out earlier on, you consider your own limiting belief, write out, I release the fear of not being good enough. And I replace it with, I am more than enough to impact lives. I release the fear of not being able to charge with more without an extra specification. And I replace it with, I have what I need to impact lives and earn abundantly. Just begin to flip it. Begin to flip it. Begin to flip it. All right? Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Do we have any questions? I would love, 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 love to hear your question. And like yeah, I'd love to hear questions. Let's hear. Let's hear you.